Today we are learning about the psychology of persuasion and the 6 key principles of influence by Robert Cialdini.
Social proof derives from 2 powerful social forces, social comparison and social conformity. We tend to compare our behaviors to others and change when there's a discrepancy between those around us and ourselves. Social proof is everywhere. There's even a smartphone app called Clout, which measures how much influence you have when you post on social media outlets like Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. People who often post often are rewarded.
Reciprocation.
People tend to return a favor. That's the pervasiveness of free samples in marketing. As humans, we're motivated by a sense of equity and fairness. And when someone does something for us, we are more likely to reciprocate.
An example of this is Ethiopia providing thousands of dollars in humanitarian aid to Mexico just after the 1985 earthquake, even though they were suffering from a crippling famine and civil war at the time. Ethiopia was reciprocating for the diplomatic support Mexico provided when Italy invaded Ethiopia in 1935. Businesses often take clients or customers out for business lunches, and it makes them more likely to want to invest in their company. If somebody pays for your dinner, the next time you're more likely to reciprocate. Liking suggests that we are more likely to be influenced by people that we like. Likability can come from people we know, people who we find attractive, or people who give us compliments. For example, beauty companies often use beautiful celebrities to sell and endorse their products because the liking principle states that we are more persuaded by people we find attractive. Scarcity is a powerful motivating technique that companies use when they claim products and services have a limited quantity or offered for a limited time. An example of scarcity is when Hostess decided to discontinue Twinkies and people went on eBay buying them for insane amounts of money. Authority is the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. As humans, we have a natural instinct to obey authority figures and do what they ask without question. A classic example of authority is the Milgram's shock experiment. Participants increased the voltage of shock given to another person every time they were instructed to do so by an authority figure, simply because he was wearing a white lab coat. Authority is a very powerful thing that can have positive and negative effects in society. Although it can be abused, it can also be useful in teaching people how to behave or act in a certain way. Consistency and commitment. An example of commitment is a technique used by a salesman called foot in the door, where the salesman starts to make a request that the potential customer cannot refuse. After the customer is accepted, the salesman comes in with a real request, which dramatically increases the chance of a sale. Humans naturally strive to be consistent. It's a decision heuristic that helps us make fast, reliable decisions. Being consistent is socially desirable. People who are seen as consistent are also viewed as rational, trustworthy, and stable.